Hello beautiful people and welcome back to Cole's Christmas Countdown Day 23. We're almost at the end and today I thought I would share my makeup collection with you. Following on from my declutter, I thought it was about time I showed you exactly what's in my collection. So without further ado, I don't want this video to be a million years long. Let's jump straight into it. I've got two sets of the Alex 9 drawers here which store most of my makeup. I've got some palettes and some baskets, and then there's a couple of bits on my desk which I will show you as well. But we're just going to go down the drawers. These don't necessarily make any logical sense. It's just the way they are. So we're going to start off with drawer number 1. This has got all my powders, setting sprays and any backups. So there's a couple of like backup spare setting sprays, an eyeshadow primer potion, things like that in the back. But we've got pressed powders, loose powders. My Huda Beauty is one of my favourites. And then there is a couple of like, powder foundations in here. So the e.l.f. one. I've got the Makeup Forever, the Rimmel and the Maybelline there. Setting spray wise, we've got the likes of Too Faced, I've got some P. Louise, the Skindinavia Makeup Primer Spray, this one, which if you watch my disappointing products I don't love, the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist, another Too Faced, this is the Hangover 3-in-1 spray, so that is that drawer. Next one down, we've got my highlighters. This is probably the most reserved bit of my collection. So I've got some Charlotte Tilbury, a Kiko, one of the Wet and Dry eyeshadows. This makes the most beautiful highlighter. We've got some Bonnie Dolly, some Rare Beauty, Odin's Eye, lots of MAC. The Give Me Glow highlighters, which are incredible if you love an intense highlighter. Be Perfect, one of the Danessa Myricks low lighters, and then I've got a couple of the P. Louise Cheek of It liquid highlighters down there as well. Some collections, some Ofra, some Estee Lauder, some Melt, just a bit of everything in that one. Okay, next drawer down we have all my very prized possession, my Glisten split liner and water wet liner collection. I've got my Made by Mitchell, what are these called, colour cases here. So I've got the black and white one, I've got the rainbow one, and I've got the pastel one. Really great if you're doing any kind of creative makeup. And then I've got some kind of paints in here. So the Glisten paints, my Kaima black eyeshadow base, which I love. The Danessa Myricks foils. This one is incredible for this time of year. The shade is Rock Candy. Absolutely gorgeous. I've got an About Face one, some of the P. Louise Acid Rain paints. And then here I've got loads of kind of glitter eyeshadows. So the MAC Dazzle Shadow liquids, which are beautiful. Chroma Magic from Glisten. I've got one here from Kaima. This is like their holographic liquid shadow. A couple of the Huda matte metal shadows. I don't even know if you can get those anymore, to be honest. Stila. This is the Glitter and Glow and the matte eyeshadow duo kind of magnetic thing. KVD Dazzle Stick. This is a beautiful shade for this time of year. It's in the shade Green Flash. It's just a really gorgeous deep green. And then I've got a couple of like different branded waterliners. So a couple of Give Me Glow ones. And then I've got my e.l.f. liquid shadow, my Half Magic glitter paints, this Collection Power Glitter Stare glitter liner, amazing if the Half Magic are out of your budget, and then my Ice Maiden glitter gel from Beauty Moon. Okay, next drawer is pigments, glitters. So I've got a lot of my pigments in here. So I've got Beauty Moon, I've got Karla Cosmetics, I've got all of my Pastel Roses pigments, of which there are quite a fair few. My Kaima pigments also live in there. There's a couple of like different shapes of those. I've got some Pro Glitz pigments all down here. This is like the pastel collection, which I love. And then I've got quite a few peaches and cream matte pigments in this one. Glitters are in the back, so I've got a couple from Magical Makeup. I've got quite a few from this brand called Dumb Blonde Glitter, which are really fun, like chunky glitters. And then in this one here, we've got kind of beautiful, creamy, delicious. So we've got like Magical Makeup Fairy Fluff, which is just, I mean, just look at that. Just look at that. Also in this one is my Danessa Myricks Chrome Flakes, my Kaima liquid shadow. My Kaima liquid shadows, my Karla liquid shadows, my Glisten Chroma Flakes, and then I've got a couple of kind of special MAC paint pots in here. So these are kind of duochrome ones. This one is Babe in Charms, which is beautiful. Love that with like just a little bit of bronzer through the crease. And then this one is Princess Cut, which is just perfect if I can't be bothered and just want to throw something on the lid. Do also have my NYX glitter glue just popped down the front there. Okay, drawer number 5. I've got some more pigments in here. I've got Inglot, more Pro Glitz, the couple of Doll Beauty ones I have, one from Luxie, a couple of Copacetica, and then my Take 2 Cosmetics pigments, which are fairly new to my collection, but I really like. We've got brow stuff in here and mascaras. There's a bit of everything in here. Benefit, P. Louise Mascara, Glisten Spectral Lash, P. Louise Brow Gel, Anastasia Brow Wiz, the Glisten Spectral Brows, 17 Mascara, L'Oreal Mascara. There really is a bit of everything in there. Elf Brow Laminating Gel, which I really enjoy. There's some eye primers in here, so the Beauty Bay Eye Base, and then there's P. Louise Eye Base at the back there somewhere. This one is a little bit of mixed. This is kind of my special pressed shadows, as well as some kind of more basic cream shadows. So I have like my Charlotte Tilbury cream shadows in the back here. There is one from Made by Mitchell. I got one from, I never know how to say this brand. Is it Mina? Is it 3 Ina? I don't know, but this is a beautiful like yellow gold shade. And then I have possibly the oldest products in my collection, my 2 kind of original Urban Decay Moon Dust shadows. So this one is Cosmic, which I absolutely adore. And then this one is Extra Galactic, which is also absolutely beautiful. And then I do have 2 of the newer packaged Moon Dust eyeshadows. So we've got Space Cowboy, which is just such a cult classic. And then my favourite from the range, which is actually Solstice, which looks like that's beautiful. I've got a couple of these elf shadows. Millie sent me these over because she did not like them. I also do not like them. Nothing like the Urban Decay Moon Dust shadows. I don't care what anybody tells you. We've got all of my 7 Wonders shadows from Pastel Roses. Absolutely beautiful. This one is Ancient Gaze. I've got one of my favourite really underrated products, Clarins Ombre Sparkle Eyeshadow in 102. Absolutely beautiful, sparkly, kind of just neutral, everyday throw on the lid. We've got a MAC, I think this is a Christmas collection. This one is More Presents Please. I love this shade, it's such a me shade. I've got my Charlotte Tilbury Pop Shot. This is Pillow Talk Ultraviolet. Don't love this one. Not the best in my eyes. And then I've got a Kaima and a Karla pressed shadow. And then finally for this one, we've got my Half Magic. These are just the eyeshadow singles. This is Unicorn Core. I don't quite know what to do with this because it's not magnetic, so I can't get it in a palette. But this is just the most incredible, like, blue, sparkly gorgeousness. I love it. I like the idea of this recyclable packaging. I just wish they were magnetic. And then I've also got some kind of random quads down here. So I've got my Mika Beauty quad, I've got all my Pastel Roses Crushed Diamonds quads. There's some Huda palettes in the back. I've got a 17 eyeshadow palette. This is Reds, which is actually a really lovely budget red palette if you're looking for one. I've got an MUA Quint. It's 5 a quint. This is Andromeda Skies, which I cannot get open for the life of me right this second. Yeah, I'm just giving up on that. And then I've got my Baked Browns Quint from Dose of Colours, and a little e.l.f. quad. Okay, this one is not how I want it to look. I don't quite know how I want it to look, but I don't want it to look like this. This is my primers, my foundations, and my concealers. So primers are all in the back. We've got like the Iconic Underglow primer. I've got some Beauty Crop, Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, the e.l.f. bronzing drops. As you can see, nothing is very easy to get out of the back there, which I do not love. Foundation wise, we've got a bit of everything. We've got everything from like a very, very light skin tint from Fine, super high coverage faux filter from Huda. We've got Danessa Myricks, Guerlain, Maybelline. One of my favourites at the moment is the Vive Skin Tint. It's just beautiful. Patrick Tart, we all know how I feel about that one. I've got a little Natural Collection Skin Tint, which I'm actually still waiting to try for a video. In the back here, we've got like my Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturiser. The KVD Good Apple Balm is in there, and then I've also got the liquid. Then concealer wise, these are all in like a lipstick tube. So we've got everything from Technique, Jouer, Dior, MAC. Annoyingly, the Danessa Myricks does not fit in the thingy. I've got my NARS Pot Concealer and the REM ones down there somewhere. NYX, Clinique, Clarins, KVD 17, just about everything in here. Then we get on to the first bits of my eyeshadow palette collection. So in here I've got a couple from London Copyright. I've got the 3 Anastasia palettes that survived my declutter, my Urban Decay Naked palettes, some Colourpop in the back. I've got a little Kaima Cosmetics quad here, absolutely beautiful. And then my 2 Shroud Creepy Cute palettes. Great if you love like a pastel. I really enjoy those. Then we've got my Huda, my Danessa Myricks, what is this called? Can never remember. Blooming Romance Groundwork palette. All of my Natasha Denona are here, minus the new Roxa palette. I've got some palettes from Gloss Gods, a huge love of mine. If you haven't tried them, they are a European indie brand and they just do the best sparkly shadows in my opinion. And then I've got the 3 Juvia's palettes that survived my declutter, so 2 of the 6 pans and 1 of the quads. Okay, in this one is a bit of a mishmash. We've got all of my Odin's Eye square ones, which won't fit stood up, which is very frustrating. This one is a stunning palette. It's the Makeup by Mario Master Metals palette. If you love like a really intense metallic look, that's beautiful. I've got Nabla, I've got my Likely Makeup Ugly palettes, a couple from very small UK indie brands. This is Midnight Garden from Dreamhouse. I've got Wishbone Cosmetics Dream Demon. Linda Hallberg Spectral Palettes. Virgin Mojito from Kimchi Chic, a very cute little green palette. I've got my Bios Garden Busters palette, and then my Lin's and Blend Bunny collab. A little Too Faced That's My Jam palette, a really nice one actually. I would highly recommend that. I don't very often recommend a Too Faced shadow. I've got my Beauty Mean palettes, Once Upon a Time and Ice Maiden. Glaminatrix Pretty Pastels, which is by far my favourite pastel palette ever. Kaima Bougie Boudoir, incredible, beautiful, stunning. You know I'm obsessed with this. We've got my Amore Mariposa palette from Melt, one of the very few Melt palettes I've ever really enjoyed. Pink Dreams from With Love Cosmetics, incredible pink palette if you love pinks. And then I've got one of the massive, huge P. Louise book palettes in the bottom there. Because it doesn't fit anywhere else, because of course it doesn't fit anywhere else, because it's huge. Okay, this bottom drawer is basically palettes that wouldn't fit anywhere else. And oh look, it's full of P. Louise. So we've got my Hocus Pocus and the new Silver Lining palette. I really wanted the colourful one, but alas, I got the grey one. So this is just a whole lot of grey. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with this. It's pretty, but I just don't think I'm going to get enough use out of it. It's a lot of grey. A lot. I've got my Jolly Beauty Ethereality palette. This is beautiful. These two duochromes in the middle are insane. And then I've got my Be Perfect Carnival, Antidote and XL Pro, just because they don't really fit anywhere else very well. I have also got a very sentimental palette in this drawer. This is Urban Decay and Gwen Stefani. This is the palette that first got me into colourful makeup, which looking at it now, you wouldn't believe that, but I used the hell out of that blue and that pink. And then also in the bottom of here, I've got like Sample Beauty palette, Unicorn Cosmetics, the only Made by Mitchell palette that made my declutter. This is the Do You Want Some Milk? I've got the Glam Gran Anne Glam Goddess palette. This is honestly like one of the cheapest palettes I've ever bought and a really nice quality. I've got my Lorac Pro and Saskia Paradise, Lost in Paradise palette. That's what one side looks like, and then the other looks like that. And then I've got my Janice Tutorials Giddy Up Cowgirl Reloaded, which I may have only bought because it was cowgirl themed, I'm not going to lie. But it's a massive palette, and actually I've used it quite a lot. And then I've got my Ace Beauté Vintage Dawn palette in the bottom there as well. Okay, moving on over to this side, we're going to stay at the bottom because quite frankly I'm already on the floor. So in this bottom drawer I have my kind of miscellaneous lipsticks. So I've got my Charlotte Tilbury, my Cosmic Beauty in the back there, Juvia's, the Made by Mitchell Mattitude lipsticks, an Estee Lauder, some MUA, Charlotte Tilbury, gloss thing as well. My Dior lip oil is in here. I've got a couple from Pat McGrath, a Chanel, a YSL, Huda Beauty, my one true prized possession, Tom Ford Lost Cherry, absolutely gorgeous lipstick. I've got my Doll Beauty in here, my Milani, a number 7, some NYX, some Sleek, some e.l.f., my Sephora, what are these, Sheer Shine lipstick. I actually really like this formula, it's really lovely. So just a bit of everything in there. I've got all my Melt ones as well and a couple from Anastasia. Then in this one, I've got mostly my matte lipsticks in the dividers, a couple of Clinique lip pops from the old range, and then my P. Louise lip bases are there as well. In this one, we've got everything that's kind of stick shaped, so Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump, my MUA Satin Sheen Lip Stilos, Elf, what are you? Pout Clout Plumping Lip Pen, my Colourpop Lippy Sticks, the iconic London Melting Touch Lip Balm, absolutely beautiful formula again, very hydrating. I've got my Laura Mercier You Are High Vibe Lip Colour. I use this one a lot in the summer. I've got a couple of the Give Me Glow Trio lip bundles in the back. So I've got Soft Red, and I also have Black Magic. And then I've got a lip palette from P. Louise there. In this one are all things that don't fit in the above drawer, like in the dividers. So I've got my Fenty glosses, Summer Fridays lip oil, Clarins lip oil, the NYX Fat Oil lip glosses, Beauty Moon Ice Maiden lip oil, Cherub lip oil from Vive, my Golan Very Leaky Kiss Kiss Sea Glow lip oils. I've got my Made by Mitchell lip glosses, Glisten Cosmetics Juicy Tints, which I love. I've got Clinique Black Hoodie lip oil in the back there. I've also got a mini House Labs, and then I do also keep my Milk Makeup Jelly tint in here because I do not like this on the cheeks. So I keep it with my lip products because that's all I ever use it for. Okay, this is kind of a bit of a mismatch. So in here I've got everything kind of liquid. So I've got like the HMB lip gloss, Jisoo lip oil, Kosas lip oil. I've got my Dior lip maximizer, MAC plumping gloss, these stunning glosses. So we've got chroma glosses from Glisten, and then the like sparkle glosses from Kaima, both beautiful. I've got some Technique lip oils. This is a Revolution one. I've got my P. Louise ones in here, some Clarins Instant Light Lip Perfectors, and then I've also got some liquid lipsticks in here, so like the MAC Powder Kiss liquid lipsticks. I've also got the MAC, what are you? 24-hour lip colours. I really like those. If you want a long-lasting lip colour, they're amazing. I've got a couple of stick lipsticks from NARS. These are the Power Matte lipsticks. We've got some NYX butter glosses, Charlotte Tilbury, all of my, are they like called collagen lip baths, I think are in here. Some Kylie liquid lipsticks, Huda liquid lipsticks, Makeup by Mario liquid lipsticks, Ofra. I've got my, this is like a Liqueur Aldi dupe of the Kylie lip kits. P. Louise lip drips are also in here. We've got some NYX Milky glosses. Ooh. This is my Rimmel lip gloss, oh my gloss lip oil, which I love. And then I've got all of my Maybelline Lift glosses, my Maybelline vinyls, and my Unicorn Cosmetics. I've got the lip oils, and they also have a couple of the lip mattes as well, and they just kind of go along the front because those spaces are a little bigger. And I do also have a couple of like jelly lip oil tube kind of things. Also MUA Hydra, Hydra Juice Peptide Lip Balms. Love these. Right, okay, moving on up. This is my face palettes / some glisten palettes and my P. Louise Cheek of It liquid blushes. These are all in the back. I don't know how I've ended up with so many. I think I've bought like 2 in my entire time buying makeup. I think a lot of them are from budget boxes. All of these at the back here are P. Louise cheek palettes. There's some highlighters, some blushes. I've got my Amore Mariposa blush palette from Melt. I've got, oh, it's kind of stuck. My Patrick Tar. This is the Major Headlines blush palette, which this has fallen off. It's just 3 of the cream and the powders there. I did actually end up going out and buying the end one, which is She's a Doll, as a single, because the whole that being broken just drives me insane. I've got my Made by Mitchell 2 blush palettes and my bronzer palettes. Got Pat McGrath, this is last year's Christmas collection. No, Christmas 2022's Christmas collection. Divine Blush and Glow cheek palettes. I've got my NARS, such throwback, these are both insanely old. The couple of NARS cheek palettes. This is Unfiltered 1. And then I've also got Virtual Domination. These are so old, it's not even funny, but I love them, so I'm not getting rid of them. Made by Mitchell Curve Case, Benefit Hoola Contour Book. Another little P. Louise one, this is the Bake Your Move highlighter palette, very pretty highlighters. I just don't use it because I don't use blush palettes. My Hourglass, this is Ambient Lighting Edit Volume 4. I think this is probably like, I want to say it's like 2020s, 2019s maybe. A beautiful palette. Again, I just don't use it. These are probably one of the few blush palettes I do actually use. This is the Clown Blush palette from It's Likely Makeup, and then the Fairy Blush palette from It's Likely Makeup. I love this shade here called Rose Quartz. Obsessed. Sunstone is beautiful when I've got a tan because it's kind of light and it just does something really special. We've got my Glisten Shapeshifter palette. I don't know whether they do this anymore, but it is beautiful. A little peachy trio from Trigwell, a Huda highlighter palette, and then the Dream a Little Dream palette from P. Louise. This is in the shade Chock Full of Ambition, maybe. Basically the only reason I've kept this is because I love this as like a blush topper at this time of year. Okay, I've got my Glisten Artist Palette. There's all 4 volumes there. A little mini blush book from Made by Mitchell in Living in Pink, which I do use far more than the big ones. And then a couple of the P. Louise blush, like cream blush palettes. This is blush straw number 1. There's a theme here. So many blush straws. So in this one, I've got all sorts of kind of cream blushes. So Beauty Crop, Studio London, Fenty, 17, my Nimya. Oh no, this is a Technique, sorry. pH changing blush. The Nimya is here. Look very similar. My Huda liquid blushes, Maybelline, Anastasia, Rare Beauty. My By Ellie blush stick, which I really love. A little e.l.f. mini one down there. We've got my P. Louise creams from Doll Beauty, from Melt, from Danessa Myricks, from MAC, from Charlotte Tilbury. And then in the back is my pressed Made by Mitchell blushes, just because they don't fit anywhere else. Okay, next drawer. Small blush. In here it's mostly liquids, but some kind of sticks. So I've got like the Say, Glisten, Urban Decay, Ofra, the little 17 blush drops, which are beautiful. All of my Charlotte Tilbury ones, 17 highlighter wand, nude sticks, nude screen blush tints, KVD, more 17, number 7, MUA, Laura Mercier, some Barry M, some Iconics, some Maybelline, some Face Theory, And then this one is all sticks. So I've got my Mina Hourglass, the Glow Hub one, and then my not Made by Mario, Makeup by Mario one in there. And then in the back here is my Nude Sticks ones. There's also normally the new like pressed one, and falling down the back is the Huda. This is the Cheeky Tint. I really like these. I don't ever hear anybody talk about them, but I like them. So that's normally in there as well. Okay, I think we're taking a break from blush. This is bronzers. This is all my powder bronzers, minus this one, because this is just too big to fit in the cream bronzer drawer. It's the Charlotte Tilbury one, looking very battered. I've got my Charlotte Tilbury powder, Barry M Heatwave bronzer, which I love, and the Made by Mitchell Sunshade bronzer. I've got my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk and the LYS powder bronzer, and then 3 of the Clarins Summer bronzers, which I always love those, but I had to stop myself from buying them because it was getting ridiculous. I've got my NYX Buttermelt bronzer, sorry. Whoop. Vive Duo bronzer, Jouer Duo bronzer. Then we've got Nabla Skin Glazing, Bobbi Brown Medium, Dior, Tan Bronze. The natural bronzer, it's just the most luxe packaging, but this has got serious hard pan, so I need to do something with that. Fenty bronzer, one of my favourites. Nobody ever talks about these. This is the Lorac Pro Tantalizer bronzer. I love this. Nobody ever mentions them. We've got H&B, Makeup Forever. We've got MAC, Refined Golden, some from Give Me Glow before they changed the packaging. Anastasia. We've got a baked bronzer from P. Louise. This is quite light. This is Lovely Latte. And I just like that one if I'm literally wearing the minimalist of makeup. Clinique Sun Blush, Too Faced Chocolate Bronzer, L'Oreal Infallible Beauty Bay Bronzer, Hoola in the shimmery and the non-shimmery. Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder in medium. Great if you like a very cool toned contour. A little Natural Collection bronzer in Tawny Birch, and then MAC blush in Harmony, which I love as a really like warm toned contour. Okay, cream bronzers are next. We've got my Rose Inc P. Louise and my Doll Beauty cream bronzer there. This is the Beauty Crop Glow Milk Bronze in Sunkissed, which I love. Here we've got kind of potted cream bronzers, so Be Perfect, Technique, my old Jordana T-shirt bronzer duo. I do also have one of the new ones now. Huda Tantor, which I used to be obsessed with and I haven't used in forever. Anastasia cream contour, NARS Laguna cream contour, Fenty cream, and then my Say dewy bronze. Sticks in here, so we've got Nude Sticks, Too Faced, Milk, that should be in there. Cash Beauty, Makeup by Mario, the Clinique Chubby Stick Blush, and then in here is all my liquids, so Give Me Contour from Doll Beauty, P. Louise Cheekovitz, KVD Mod Con Gel Contour, which is amazing, Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand, Laura Mercier Liquid, don't love this, the Beauty Bay Liquid Bronzer, and then the 2 and very only Made by Mitchell Blush Bronze that made it into my final collection following my declutter. And then, finally for these drawers, in this top drawer is blush. There's not particularly any, well, let's face it, there is no organisation to this. It's a bit of a hot mess. But I've got my NYX Butter Blushes, Benefit Krista, Nabla Skin Glazing in Lola. Such a beautiful, beautiful blush. I've got one of the NARS new formula. This is Dominant. I love this colour. We've got Beauty Bay, we've got MAC. This is one of the Extra Dimension blushes. Suits for my sweet, great for this time of year. I've got a Rare Beauty powder blush in Happy. We've got Iconic Blush MAC Mineralized blushes. That one is Flirting with Danger. I have also got Warm Soul in here. And I've got an old NARS blush, or old packaging. This is Deep Throat. Love this one. And then I have a little mini Liqueur. Oh no, sorry, this is a little mini NARS Orgasm. And then somewhere in this mess, there's a little mini Liqueur one that's meant to be a dupe. Doll Beauty Glow Getter, beautiful Pat McGrath blushes. The Ciate, what do they call these? I can't even remember, and it doesn't say on the packaging. But they're just like beautiful glowy blushes. Like marbled. I've got my Kosas Blushes Live, so I've got 3 of the minis from the Christmas set and then a big one. We've got an It Cosmetics, couple of the Dior Rosy Glow. So I have Coral and I have Pink Lilac, both of which I love. A little Kimchi Chic Duo Blush. We've got Odin's Eye in the back, House Labs, Honest, Bare Minerals, my Jordana T-shirt, blush duos, a very, very, very old Clinique Cheek Pop, which I still love. We've got Colourpop, Charlotte Tilbury, Too Faced. Some of my Cosmic cream blushes are in here. Some of them are down here. I've got some KVD in the back there, Give Me Glow and Vive. And then a couple of the Pretty Fly powder blushes from Doll Beauty here in the back. Why can I not get anything open today? Oh my gosh. Why can I not get it open? There we go. Beautiful, love these blushes. And then another not so old but still pretty old Clinique Cheek Pop in the back there as well. Right, okay, so that is everything in the drawers. Let me just step over the light wire. Over here in this corner I have 3 big boxes full of palettes. So in the top one, these are pretty organised. I've got all of my Beauty Bay palettes, a couple of Be Perfect, my Christmas 2022 Pat McGrath palette is in there, Be Perfect Carnival All Stars is in there. All of the 20 pans from Beauty Bay are in here. I've got Cosmic Mini Charms, sorry, in the bottom here, as well as pastels. And then I also have one of the 16s in the tropical shade, and then all of my 42 pans minus my Jade palette are in here, because I've pulled that out for my Pan That palette. Okay, next one down has a few more brands in it. This is all of my Cosmic brushes. I've got my Blend Buddy, Artitude, Nomad are in here. Unearthly is also in here. Give Me Glow, my Am's Beauty, my Clarity palettes are also in here. I've got a couple of the Kaleidos quads in here. Quads? No, they're not quads. Are they 6 pans? 5 pans. Quints. 6 pans. I don't know what 6 pans are called. The 6 pans anyway. And my Kaleidos Flower Punk palette, which will forever be one of my favourite palettes ever. And the packaging is just stunning. I've also got in here my Mika Beauty Butterfly Kaleidoscope palette, which I love. So yeah, mostly indie brands in here. I think there's one, I think this is a Shroud one. So Strobe, who then became Shroud. This is the Divinity palette. So I've got all of those in there. And then in the bottom one is, because they had to have a tub of their own because they're just ridiculously sized, is P. Louise. So I've I've got my 3 big like multicoloured ones. We've got the Does It Come in Pink, Sweet Surrender, AM to PM, Blend Away 2022, Can I Have a Taste? It came out very northern then. Wedding Wish, the Does the Queen Conquer, the Sandwich palettes. Everything is in here because, like I said, they don't fit anywhere else. So it has to all go in this bottom one. And now that is full as well. So I don't know what I'm going to do with my P. Louise palettes, quite frankly. Okay, finally we have the top of my desk. There is all of my Build Your Own palettes are down here. And in those drawers is all my Made by Mitchell blushes and my lashes. But everything else is up on the top here. So this is my Shop My Stash drawers, and then I've also got my Project Pan drawer on the top. A couple of the Glisten palettes are out just because they're so damn cute. So we've got the Cow one and the Kiki K one. So that's the one with Clay Drop, that's the one with Kiki K. All of the brushes are on the top. This spinny thing is the best thing I've ever bought. This was from TK Maxx. I love it. I've got a couple of palettes on the top just because I'm using them regularly. So Natasha Denona Roxa and my Christmas, that's close. My Christmas Build Your Own palette are on the top here. This Urban Decay Naked Concealer is out because I'm trying to find out where I'm up to on it. And then over here we've got a pot with my lip liners, a pot with kind of liquid liners, and then a pot with all of my pencil liners in. Lip balms over here, which are spilling out everywhere, a couple of perfumes and some skincare. And that is about it for my makeup collection. I do hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, hit subscribe. And if you want to make sure you never miss another video, hit the bell icon and YouTube will notify you next time I post. You've been fabulous. I've been Coleoftheball, and I'll see you tomorrow for the final day of Cole's Christmas Countdown.